Hello, everybody. Today we are going to have a mysterious topic Walking Dead in Western Hunan. In China, everyone has heard the story about a walking dead in Western Hunan, but no one in modern times has had the opportunity to witness it with their own eyes. I happened to hear a story from Boyang, whose hometown is in Western Hunan. He has talked with many locals while also going to the cultural center to collect information. And now he is sharing the story with everyone through me. Question 1. Why are dead being walked in Western Hunan? We call the west of Hunan Xiangxi. There is a local rule that if a person dies in another place, the body must be buried in an ancestral grave. Otherwise, the person's soul will become a lonely ghost and will not be reincarnated. But there were high mountains everywhere, and the roads were so deep that even a pushcart cannot go up them. What should we do if we have to take the corpse home on such a road? Let the corpse walk home by itself. This is a walking dead. The person who is doing the walking dead is called corpse master. These people took the bodies home and buried them in peace. Question 2. How to make the dead walking? The corpse masters work in teams of 2. They bring in a pile of corpses, gather them together and tie them with ropes. There is a corpse every few feet. These corpses are all wearing black robes. There are yellow paper with Taoism symbols on their faces, and a tall black hats on their heads. The 2 corpse masters were in front of and behind the team. The one at the front led the way, holding a soul-catching bell and ringing it after walking a few steps. Those people can only travel at night, avoid all villages and villagers, and do not use any lighting. If you hear a group of people walking on the road in a dark night without torches, but you can hear some ringing bells, you must avoid it. Nearby villages have also closed their doors and windows, and if there are dogs or cats at home, they must be tied up, and they are not allowed to run around and approach the team. It is believed that a cat is an animal which can turn corpses into zombies particularly easy. So dogs and cats must be leashed. There are also special inns for these walking dead in these deep mountains and old forests. They do not accept ordinary people, but only accept corpse masters and corpses. They can rest during the day and continue their journey home at night. Generally, the owners who open such inns are old people over 50 years old or 60 years old. They have no wives, no children, and have nothing to worry about. The inn is actually a few grass rooms in the mountains. The door is never locked, and the corpses are placed behind the door. Only when it rains will the bodies be moved inside. Some people say that Walking Dead skill is a kind of a witchcraft, which makes sense. Traditional Chinese medicine is divided into 13 departments. Some of them, such as obstetrics, dentistry, they are very similar to Western medical system. But the 13th department uses mantras to treat diseases, and its name is Zhuyu. Treat people using hand gestures, mantras, exaggerate, but not normal medicine or drugs. Note, everybody, these non-scientific methods of treating therapies still exist in China today. And I will share some stories related to Zhu. Very interesting. My friend Boyang has never seen a Walking Dead. He is about the same age as me. Once he went back to his hometown and asked some old people about their stories of Walking Dead. As a result, he heard one of the old people say that he knew an apprentice of a corpse master who was still alive today. John was very excited when he heard the news and contacted this person quickly. Old man Tian. The old man was over 80 years old, but he could speak and hear clearly. So the old gentleman told Boyang some past events. Tian said, "When I was a child, my family was extremely poor. I had to learn some crafts or skills to survive, at least to have food to eat. So when I was 10 years old, I became an apprentice to a corpse master. Later, I worked with a master to do funeral activities. I also did a Walking Dead with my master, but unfortunately, the master passed away soon after, and I did not actually learn much." Tian continued, "Doing this job, no one can get a wife. No parents would marry their daughters to a corpse master, because after doing this job for a long time, the yin energy in a person's body will be particularly strong. My master is from Mayan County. His family name is Zhang, and his full name is Zhang Xin. He was a well-known corpse master. Later, he became old and in poor health, and could no longer do this job. So he became a Taoist, and soon he was famous for his abilities." Boyang asked, "Why did the master accept you as his apprentice? Are there any requirements?" Tian smiled and said, "Because I'm ugly. The master said that the most important thing about being a corpse master is that you need to be very ugly. So ugly that even ghosts are afraid of you. You also need to be very fierce, ugly and fierce, so it can scare away ghosts." In ancient China, there were four famous handsome men. Their names are Pan An, Wei Jie, Song Yu, and Gao Changgong. Among them, Gao Changgong was a military general, known as the king of Lanling in history. He was too beautiful to deter the enemy. He wore a grimace mask every time he went into a battle. It's the same as recruiting apprentices for corpse masters. Tian continued, "There are many rules for the Walking Dead. There are 3 cans and there are 3 cats. So, what are 3 cans and what are 3 cats? Let me tell you. 3 cans. Killed by the government. Killed in a war. Killed by accident. 3 cats. Died for unknown reason. Suicide victims. Bodies with missing limbs." The explanation is as follows. People who were executed by the government, people who died in wars, and people who died accidentally missed their hometowns and their relatives. According to Chinese legends, the Yellow Emperor and the Chiyu were fighting in Zhulu. After the war, Chiyu's soldiers suffered numerous casualties. Chiyu said, "I can't leave our brothers' bodies here like this. I want to take them home." So Chiu recited a mantra, and all the corpses stood up and walked towards their hometowns immediately. Accidental deaths are also easy to understand. For example, at least 3 of my junior high school or high school classmates died at construction sites. At that time, the economy was underdeveloped and people wanted to make more money, so they had no choice but to leave their hometown. After an accidental death, they would definitely want to return to their hometowns. Some dead people can't walk home because they die from unknown causes. What if it's an infectious disease? It is definitely not possible to take them back and cause a plague in their hometown and kill their families and relatives. They would pass many villages on the way, which is a great danger to these villagers. A person who commits suicide kills himself. The yin energy and hostility are very strong, and the soul is difficult to collect. If such a corpse is driven on the road, real wild ghosts may be attracted, endangering the safety of the whole team, and the person who commits suicide has lost the qualification to enter the ancestral grave, so they cannot be walked home. According to the Buddhist teachings, suicide is generally considered a grave sin. Finally, there are those with missing limbs. The corpse master cannot guarantee corpses will not rot, so they cannot be walked either. We have said so much. But the most important point is, how did the dead walk? Mr. Tian also gave an explanation. First of all, the corpse masters have some magical medicine that has an antiseptic effect. It is a red powder that is applied evenly on the corpse. I once asked the master what it was, but Master Zhang did not answer me. Then he recited the mantra and rang the bell. And then the master asked me to sprinkle water on the corpses. The master shouted, "Go!" and the corpses started to walk. When I saw it for the first time, I was very scared. But when I thought about my master was in front, I was not that scared. My master walked in front, putting some talismans and food on his waist, and walked on a mountain road without any lighting equipment. I also had a task at the end, carrying a bowl of water, which was now very full, with 70 to 80%. I have to hold the bowl with water very carefully, cause if the water is spilled, my master will have to restart the whole procedure again. When it's time to rest, I spilled water in a bowl on the ground, and these corpses will stop and fall down on the ground immediately. We'll say the same thing, everybody. I tell it, you listen to it. Don't ask whether this is true or not. There are too many things in the world that we cannot imagine, or cannot be explained by modern science. But it doesn't mean this is not true, right? This is the end of the story, and please share what you think of the story and your stories. Thank you, everybody. This is Alex's Story Time on I Am Alex. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.